Because the way you've positioned it is that if you disagree with you disagree with Jesus.
No.
Yes, that's
No,
literally the
Jesus
whole point of it.
existed in thousands of years ago. I'm using this book to make a point that the idea, which is widely believed in among normal people in the United States, that Christianity and Marxism are complete opposites. This is wrong. And that if you're a Christian, you can be a socialist. And in fact, there's many things in the Christian teaching that overlap with socialism. I think it's important that we put books out this. When we published this, there was a member of our organization who's from a Southern family. He bought 25 copies and gave one to every single member of his family. He said, I've been waiting for socialists to publish this kind of material. There are people who got this book and they said, I have been waiting for this for years. For years, I have felt like I can't talk to members of my family about socialism because they have this religious block. They say, oh, socialism's anti-God. Thank you for publishing this. I have gotten so much positive feedback for pointing out that the Christian religion and Marxism are compatible. I don't see this as trying to frame myself as the savior of humanity. Maybe you like got this book confused with another book or something. I mean, did you read this book?
Yeah, I also liked the original version by Charlotte Schnook better.
Who?
Charlotte Schnook, the one who actually collected all the quotes that you used in the 90s.
Who?
The one that you plagiarized your book from.
Who did I plagiarize from?
I've said the name Charlotte Schnook twice.
Okay, and how did I plagiarize from her?
Well, literally the basis of what you're saying, how it's Christianity is compatible with her. It was from her atheist writings in the 90s.
I believe it's from a lot of other people said it before she did. That's a very widely common thing to say, right? If you go back, there's a long history of Christian socialist movements. In fact,
and yet the organization is so very, very close. Regardless,
I think, we quoted from the same Bible, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I did compile these quotes from the Christian Bible. So, I mean, she probably used the same quotes as I did. But, Keaton's in the chat. He compiled the quotes. He helped me compile them. I had other people go through them. I'd be curious to look at Charlotte's book and see if she used similar quotes. But I didn't plagiarize from Charlotte. Did she have Martin Luther King Jr. in her book?
Yes.
Oh, she did? Can you have the title of this book that I allegedly plagiarized from?
Just Google Charlotte Schnook, Schnook. Jesus was a socialist.
Okay, well, all right. So let's pull it up here. I'm going to. How do you you said SHNOOK?
SCH.
SCHNOOK.
Yeah.
Jesus was a socialist.
I know because I know her personally.
Okay, so she had the same title. I see an angel fire came up. Jesus on economics, Luke 12. Do we have Luke 12 in here? No, I'm just looking. You're saying that basically because I used the same quotes from the Bible that she did, that somehow this is plagiarism.
Seems very much like it to me.
Okay, well, I
keep claiming it's your work, but there's nothing original in there.
Jesus on war, we didn't use that quote. I'm seeing Jesus on public prayer. We made a decision not to go there. I see Jesus on punishment. We didn't go there. And I'm also not seeing a book. I'm seeing angelfire.com, Cello, Fantails, Jesus, the Socialist HTML. I'm not seeing a book.
Yeah, it's from the 90s. It was a very small. But
it would be it would be used. I don't see it on Amazon. I see
because it was published in the 90s in a very small atheist group.
Was Jesus a socialist?
So you can't find my books on Amazon either. It doesn't mean they don't exist.
Well, yeah, but I'm not understanding. So you're alleging that because we use the same verses from the same Bible, that somehow we did that. And I just read you that at least on the Angel Fire, she's using completely different verses and making completely different points.
She's making most of the same points. She just has points that you're not making.
You can look at Schnook's work here, and you'll see that she talks about punishment. We didn't decide to go there. She talks about public prayer. We didn't go there.
You do talk about the same ones. She talks about ones that you didn't.
This is what you're alleging that I'm plagiaring from. I'm posting the link. This is all I found from Miss Schnook, and it's in there. And people can look at it for themselves and judge whether or not this is plagiarized. So there's the link. People can look. People can take a look. Folks, click on that link. Jason is claiming I copied that link, and you've got this book right here. And people can decide for themselves whether or not I'm using it. Now, I don't see any quotes from Martin Luther King Jr. on this page of Charlotte Schnook. You're claiming there's a book that was published that also contains quotes from MLK?
Is my understanding, yes.
Okay, so...
Well, I haven't read the book. The book can't really be found.
But you haven't read the book?
Well, no, because it was a very small...
So how do you know I plagiarized from it?
Because it's basically ripped from the website, too.
No, No, there's many places. If you type Christianity and socialism, you can find these quotes many, many different places. The Bible's been around for a long time. So
And many of those are directly plagiarized from her work as well.
What, the Bible is plagiarizing her work?
No, dum-dum. You know that's not what I said.
I know. I
said those other people that have used them.
I think anybody who would look through the Bible and try to, make a case that there can be overlap between Christianity and socialism is probably
of course there is
cover the same quotes. And I'd be curious now, if she quoted Martin Luther King Jr., you might have a case to make. But you said you haven't even seen this book
because the book is out of print.
Yeah, but you haven't even seen it. So you're claiming I plagiarized from a book that you haven't even seen?
No, I said from the website. I specifically just said that.
So you're claiming I plagiarized from this website, which I will post in the chat again, which makes points that we don't make, which,
of course not, because you didn't cover everything that she did.
Yeah, and we're making different points than she's making. And we're, quoting the same
No, you're
Bible,
making many of the same points. She's just made some that you didn't.
Yes, because we're quoting the same Bible, Jason, and we're trying to make the same
I know. I went to Catholic school for 12 years.
A few minutes ago, you said there were quotes from Martin Luther King in it, and now you've admitted you don't even know about that. So you just lied on.
I know because I talked to her. She said she put in the book.
Okay.
I know Charlotte Schnook personally.
I'd like to see this book. I'd like to see this book. I mean, did she have an essay by Keaton Mansfield in there? Did she have the Eugene Debs essay that we included?
No.
Okay, because I'm not.
Okay,
I
don't see why his essay has anything to do with it.
At the first draft of the book, we included the full Beyond Vietnam speech by Dr. Martin Luther King, but we discovered that we couldn't republish that because it's copyrighted. So we had to chop it up into quotations. So we did that. We used some different quotes from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but so we've gone from I think I'm the savior because I published this book to
No, you're oversimplifying it.
Book. I've called. What have I been called so far in this debate? Piece of shit, dumb. Why? Where's the anger coming from, Jason? Can you tell that?
As I have already answered that question, you know that I wasn't referring specifically. Like when I said people, when I said other people, because you're a liar.
How am I a liar?
Because you're a narcissist and a goddamn fascist.
How am I a fascist?